So, as you may have noticed, I have not posted on the podcast for quite some time, almost a year now. And the reason for that is I have been working on a documentary called ZAKHEIM. And it's in the first cut now. I'm getting some reviews from friends, see if I need to cut anything or change anything. Hello, Bucky. But I wanted to reach out to the community and let everybody know that it's going to be premiered soon and update everybody on what's going on. Since I moved here to Rusk, I have been obsessed with the mural in the post office here. And just sort of its strangeness. I didn't have the context for the story it was trying to tell. And it just sort of always interested me. And until about a year ago, I found this book, Texas Post Office Murals by Philip Parisi. Unfortunately, he has passed away several years ago. I started doing research on an artist, Bernard ZAKHEIM, who did the mural here. And he did a mural in the post office in Mineola that's now a museum. And I learned about him. I learned how influential he was in sort of the New Deal art programs. He sort of brought together all the San Francisco artists, and they sent a letter to Washington, and that kicked off all the New Deal art we know now. And it really was an art movement the same way that, let's say Impressionism or Cubism was. It's this post-impressionist, maximalist American scene. It tells the story of America, and so through that, I met his grandson. I keep saying grandson, Adam Gottstein, and he agreed to do an interview with me, and as well as two local historians, Dr. Deborah Burkett and Betty Marcantel. I met two historians from San Francisco, history professor Robert Cherney, as well as San Francisco Historical Society member Lori Ungaretti. And they were all kind enough to do interviews with me. I've found stock footage. I have found an old interview with Bernard ZAKHEIM, and I put it together to tell the story not only of his life, but also of this movement in art. It tells the story that he put in the mural, the history that he gathered about Rusk. So I'm going to cut to a clip here with two artists, friends of mine, and they were so kind as to be part of the documentary as well. Over the years of my podcast, I had gotten to know some of the artists in the greater Tyler area, and I wanted to bring a couple of them in to get their opinions on ZAKHEIM's work.
So I've been a professional artist since 1994, so what is that, 30 years?
Grandma was a Mormon pioneer. She died on the trail. She's buried in Nebraska. And it's kind of famous. She was Rebecca Winters, which is kind of cool. She is the daughter of Gideon Burdick, the drummer boy who sailed across the Delaware with Washington during the war. But
Such a powerful work of art. One of the things that really struck me, so the Native American is off all the way to the lower left corner, and he's in a triangle turn on his side position, which kind of leads your eye into the rest of the mural. But he's forlorn, and he's sitting there off to the side by himself on the ground, with just a cloth covering him, and of course everyone else is moving and working, and they're together.
I have the feeling, first of all, that the Cherokees were left behind. The guy, kind of guarding the future, not letting the indigenous Americans come with them to the future, and how in the middle section there was kind of this prosperous, everything was fruitful, everything was great, they were so innovative with the pesticides and then the third part, I kind of just deduced it to aggregation, where things were overworked and soil degradation and, they needed help.
Compositionally, it's really, really strong. I did mention the Native American in that triangle pose, which leads the eye into the rest of the mural. But also, I just realized this on the opposite end of the mural. The men working, they're digging in the earth, and they're a diagonal line that goes down into the center of the mural. And so your eye is led into the middle of the mural from both ends, the Native American at the left end and the men digging in the iron ore ground at the right end.
I first saw it, it's, you get the gist of it from just, looking at it online, the breakdown, the three sections, but seeing it in real life, just nothing like it, seeing a painting in real life, in any museum. But my first initial reaction was just the typical, white settlement, the disbursement of natives and indigenous people, the price of progress, just kind of, just the bedrock of kind of American history. But looking at it in real life and kind of some of the things that Isaac was talking about, it made it more easily digestible. To me, it's less cruel. There's just the complexities of U.S. history and where we are in a certain time and Bernard's life and what he's been through to get to the point where he painted this painting, and his honest kind of depiction of human behavior. I see it in a whole new light, probably a less bitter light. But at first, I thought ZAKHEIM's use of the red and the iron ore, kind of like this bloodbath of U.S. history and colonization. But it's more than that. It's more than that. But.
The documentary is going to be premiering January 11th, 2026. That's a Sunday at 5:30 at Rose City Comedy. So please come out and support the film. I'm just going to be taking donations. There's not going to be a charge for seats or anything like that. I just want people to see it. But I do have to pay back Christopher, the owner of Rose City Comedy. And so if you own a business or you're an artist or you are just somebody who wants to support the arts in East Texas, reach out to me, because we are taking sponsorships, and there's different tiers to it, but a donation of any amount will get your name in the program, and just get your name out there as someone who supports the arts in East Texas. So please reach out to me, and I hope you enjoy the documentary.